What's up YouTube, Redbeard's Garage, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be testing out a prototype torque converter for the Coleman CT200U and 200UEX. So Lonnie's right near my face with this camera. It's like, we're putting the torque converter on this motor we pulled off the CT200UEX. This is a prototype from Go Power Sports, so we're going to test it out, see if it's going to work on the little red mini bike. That mini bike sucks.
Yeah, but hopefully this will change that.
Well, the suspension factor is the big thing. So we have a big like motorcycle seat for it, and we're going to put Springer seats on the red bike as well. And then later I'd like to find out some type of suspension for the front, but because we got a big mini bike ride coming up.
And I'll probably be on the red one. Sucks for me.
You'll be the camo bike.
Oh yeah.
Because we're about to build a 301 mini bike. We got all the parts. We're just starting to build this week. Now we can put this pulley on.
Oh.
It's a tight fit.
Got it.
So I'm telling you, that is so close. It scares me. Like can you show the spacing between this bolt and this? There's space between it. I don't think a business card would fit in it. Let's try it. Ah, it does.
That is tight.
Yeah, I think I might need to put a 1 inch.
How close I am to losing my.
So I think I need to put one more washer on there, just one more, or I could take those lock nuts off. Probably don't need to do that, or I could get rid of that washer. That ain't really necessary. We're gonna get rid of the washer.
Yeah. That seems like the easiest.
Oh gosh, wrong hole.
But yeah, the bikes are finally gonna have torque converters, which camo ones have one, but
we found out a problem with the camo mini bike.
Whose fault is it?
My fault. I'm gonna own it. When I put the 18-pound valve springs in it, I forgot to double check my lash, and I guarantee my lash is not set right. Oh goodness. My lash is not set right on that camo mini bike, and that's why it won't open up, because the thing sucks everywhere, doesn't it? I mean, it's fun,
yeah.
but
it's still better. It's faster than the red one, but it's not
like it should be.
It's not as big of a jump as it could have been.
That's a lot better right there.
Or is what we thought it would be.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Focus. There it is.
Bam. So one thing that bugs me is I don't have a bushing for this. That's no bueno. She might want to take off when we're sitting still.
We're used to it. But this is a prototype for the original engine that comes with these Colemans, so you won't have to go buy the Predator.
Yep, that's the whole deal with Go Power Sports making this. And that bolt's way too long. Prototype, this is what we're figuring out, how long bolts need to be, what washers need to come with it. That's the exact reason we're doing this. So basically, look at the dinky. And another problem that Go Power Sports might think, like, look at the bolt size. That thing is tiny. And another thing is the shaft is a 5/8. Go Power Sports is worried that you could break the crankshaft on it because it's so small. And, you know, trying to use this much torque and power on them might break the crankshaft. So there will be a disclaimer. Can you hold the camera kind of straight? Like, this is straight. Yeah, you had it way downhill. But we might have to go buy a shorter bolt, or I could just put a hoop ton of washers on it. Probably washers. That's what I'm thinking.
For today, washers. Eventually, different bolt.
Eventually, do it right.
I feel like that's what we always say, though.
We never do it right.
Yeah, it'll keep washers forever.
Well, we have too much fun. People like gripe that we don't paint our stuff. I'm like, it's so much fun just to keep riding it. It's hard to stop riding it to fix the problem. Alright, that's a good little stack right there. So let's see if that's going to be enough. Should be. I put about 1/4 of an inch. Let's see. What am I doing? That's probably it.
Looks like
10.
One more washer might be needed.
Where's my 10 at? Bam. That should be good. So that's all installed. Now we can get. Lonnie did some testing on that yesterday to see. You know, we took the governor completely off. Like the zip ties cut on both of these. There's the throttle linkage. Zip ties cut, and we're going to test it
Completely
stock with clutch. We already did those testing, and now we're going to do it with this torque converter. So we're going to throw this up on this lift. That motor pulled off. There's a little bit of fabricating you got to do. You got to make some 1-inch engine spacers for that red mini bike, but other than that, and cut a bar off. Other than that, you should be good. So now we're going to pull this old crusty engine off. All it is 4 bolts, just like a Predator. We got to pop the chain off and 4 bolts on the engine, and then unhook the throttle linkage as well as the kill switch, and this motor will come off. So we're going to get that done, and we'll pull the camera out when we're about. We got to cut this bar off right here. This used to, the only reason this bar was here was to bolt up the chain guard on it. So of course we don't have a chain guard because it was in our way. So we got to cut that off, and then you got to do 1-inch engine spacers. So I'm gonna get this taken off, and we'll get the new motor slapped on. So we got the mini bike stripped down. Now we have to cut off this flange. It was a brace for the jack shaft that was on the motor, and then this was just that chain guard. So we just cut these off. Then I can take my flat disc and grind these welds off. And I cut this off as well because it seems to get in the way. So now we can throw the engine on there, and I'm pretty pumped about this one because where the valves aren't in the adjustment on that camo bike, it doesn't perform worth a flip-flop. And I'm almost 90% sure that's a problem because I forgot to double check, and I guarantee they're not adjusted. So we'll get this one done, and then next Monday we'll be getting the camo bike ready. I'm going to be painting where I cut all this off on the camo bike and put the Springer seat. And we have a Springer seat coming for this bike too. So stay tuned if you want to build one for yours. Is that a spider? His leg sticking out. Can you see him? Ah!
You saw it?
He's in there. Get out of there! Yeah!
Go on now, get.
Go on now, get! Alright, so now we got to cut these off. I'm going to set the camera up, cut these puppies off, and then we can slap that motor on. It's all ready to go. Well, I got to take the... This is, like I said, this is the one with the charging coils. And we wanted to run this, oh, we haven't even showed this light bar. This is going to be brighter than a son of a gun.
Headlight.
And then this is going to house the battery as well as a little storage. Like we're going to put tools in here and stuff. We have a switch that I placed on the back to turn the headlight on and off. So we are going to put a battery because when you're not running a battery on these engines, when you got charging coils, the headlight kind of flickers from where, it's that magnet's coming past that charging coil every round so it pulses. So a battery will get rid of that pulse and give it a good, clean, stable light. And it'd just be cool if we're setting up camp because we got a big ride coming up. We can just turn the headlight on, point it where our camp's going to be, and be all settled up. So let's get this son of a gun done. So we're about to do some 1-inch engine risers. Normally I build mine out of 1-inch square tubing, but I know a lot of people don't have an angle grinder and drill bits to drill out the square tubing, so I'm going to use washers on this engine. I don't normally like to use washers, but that's something you can go down. This was $7.50 for all these 7/16 thicker washers, and you can see I got 1 inch of washers right there. I think this is let's see, 13 7/16 washers should be 1 inch. I would measure it just in case, but now we can basically put that under the engine in between this plate and rise the engine. The only reason you got to do this is because your torque converter will hit this bar right here if you don't, so you have to use some type of a 1-inch spacer to clear you. So like I said, using these washers, that'll hold us over good. So we're gonna get these things stacked up. I may take them, put them in a vise, use my angle grinder down the side of them, and
like
do a bead.
Before.
Yeah, just to keep them
one
as a solid unit. Yeah, but I'm gonna get that done. I'm gonna Dremel out, or take my angle grinder, cut a line on each side, and then put them in my vise, and probably put a bolt that's this size in the center and you know, bolt it all together so it's really tight, and then I can weld it. So I'm gonna get that done.
Got them all done. Got them all done.
So before we put this motor on, we're gonna go ahead and drain the oil, which this is a weird, like I thought the bolt was gonna come out and the actual whole extension came out. That's burnt. So it's a good time to change it. So I'm gonna open up the oil fill so we can get some good circulation. Helped out none. So you can see that gray color is usually like metal in your oil, so that's where these stock rods are poop, and there's a lot of casting left over in these motors. You can lean it forward some. Yeah. So we're going to put 1030 synthetic in it. So synthetic will eat out like oil sludge and junk in your engine, so I always use synthetic. When you're breaking your engine in, you want to use high zinc formula oil to, you know, it helps the bearings get broke in the way they're supposed to. I always use 1030 Napa. This is a half quart because these engines do take a half quart, so that's a good thing. You can get 2 good oil changes out of 1 quart,
which is nice.
That is very nice.
It sucks when they do like 0.6 and you're like, dang it.
Yeah,
can't even get 2 out of this.
That's the way I think 670 is. It takes like 2 1/8, I believe. But that 1/8 of a quart you'll have for a while. So now this funnel came with the Powerland, no, the Duramax engine. This is a handy funnel. This is perfect for these engines. So I'm gonna get the oil pulled in it, and then we can pulled in it, and then we can we got the spacer sitting on the engine. So now
ready to go. Yeah,
the engine plate. Messing up all my words. So I'm gonna clean the dust out of this, and we're gonna slap this puppy on. Axle nut, got the chain all tensioned. I like my chain tensioned pretty darn tight. Some people are different, and that's just fine. But we had to loosen these luggage rack bolts to allow it to be able to move like it should when you move the tire up. So just a little note, you may have to do that on yours. So we got to put, I about forgot, I had taken, I needed to use the new gas tank because the old gas tank was sitting in here when I painted the street go-kart. So she had paint all in the fuel tank because the fuel tank was accidentally left open. Thanks, Lonnie.
Blame it on me, I wasn't even here.
Exactly. I put you over gas tank quality assurance years ago.
I thought when I was on vacation though that it fell on you.
No, you were supposed to hire someone to come in and check gas tank quality. That's the deal.
Well,
did I tell you the deal? No, but
the real problem is communication then, because I never heard that. I would have done it.
We'll take it up with the resource. Set a schedule to have a sit down pep talk with resources.
Well, now she's on vacation. Maybe you should just quit letting us go on vacation every 10 days.
I'm actually resources as well.
Oh.
This is not looking good for me either way.
Gotta do everything. I gotta open the garage door, film, open the gas lid. It's like, when does my job stop?
I wish I knew you were starting. How's your family? How's your mom?
You know.
She alright?
Yeah.
She date anybody?
Couple people.
Ooh. Tinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I'd never showed her.
Good gosh, that must have been a full tank.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was. This is a chance for you to see the next mini bike project.
Oh yeah, the Baja.
Braha.
It's getting a fully built 301. We're doing a billet rod, billet flywheel. Oh, look at that stream.
That's nice.
It is nice. But billet rod, billet flywheel. I don't know what cam. We have two different cams there. We're going to decide which one we're going to go with, and then we're not doing a Mikuni on it right off the bat. We're just going to do a standard carb, I believe, just to see. I don't like the stock Predator carbs just because the throttle linkage setup is just a pain.
The throttle's not as smooth.
Yeah.
But Mikunis don't like to be tilted backwards at all.
Yeah, they run fine. They just pee gas out the overflow. Now with the engine lifted that extra inch, I almost can't get the gas tank studs in the back. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Look at that. Like, it's touching, but it's hard. That's what she did. So we're dropping the bike down, and what time is it, Lonnie?
Riding time.
So now we're going to test this thing out. We've got it filled up with gas, and Lonnie's going to rip it around the yard. He'll throw a GoPro on his old noggin, and probably chest would be a better mount.
I think the chest mount gets more.
Yeah, so we'll throw some gas in this old hog, and it's fully governed. Remember that.
But it was fully governed yesterday, so I still think it'll be a
huge upgrade.
Yeah.
So let's try her out. He's going to take it for an old rip. See how he likes it. Huge difference. It's nice. Huge difference.
Faster, like on top end. Already.
Yeah, it feels like the governor isn't grabbing it as much, and I know why. I cut about like 8 links out of that little spring, 8 coils out of it, and it allows the throttle to be pulled harder. And people said that in the comment section of one of our videos. Huge difference. That's for sure. Massive. I mean, if that throttle was smoother, if we oil that throttle.
This throttle sucks.
Yeah, my forearm was hurting after 1 lap.
Yeah.
It's like but I do need, the chain is hitting this the driven pulley, so we need to put some spacers to move it a little bit. Just 1 spacer would be enough to let it clear that chain, and grease the chain. I think it's we'll go grease everything, do these little quick adjustments, and put a GoPro on. The thing is huge difference, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. course, as we knew it, the CVT made a huge difference on that Coleman bike. I can't wait to take the governor out. That's a huge setback right now, but it's still faster than the camo bike. And like I said, the camo bike does need the valves adjusted. That's the problem with it. I was rushed. I was in a hurry when I built that, or put the 18-pound valve springs and took the governor out of that motor, and forgot to double check it. And I know the valves are out of adjustment. So we'll get those things back in adjustment and should redeem that bike. But remember, guys, this is a prototype. Go Power Sports is just using us to test these things to make sure, like I said earlier, like they give enough washers, they give the right size bolts. This is just a full-blown test kit, and I'm not sure when this will be able to come to market. So just be patient with them. It's hard to bring a product to market and be ready to sell it. We're testing this out. Everything seems to work fine. We're going to really put it through the ringer for a week or two to make sure nothing goes wrong, so they can get the product out for you guys and you don't have to go buy a whole nother motor. Yeah, guys, thank you for always supporting us, and come back next Monday for a new Mini Bike Monday. Redbeard's Garage is powered by GoPowersports.com. Go Power Sports has a huge amount of awesome go-kart and mini bike parts. And when making your purchase, use the Redbeard discount code in the upper right-hand corner of your shopping cart to grab yourself a sweet deal. Help support our channel with some merch by going to rbgcarts.com. We have shirts, stickers, and hats, and we're adding new designs all the time. Hit that subscribe button and make sure the notification bell is on so you'll never miss another episode, and go check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest to stay up to date with the channel. Guys, always come back to Redbeard's Garage. I'm out.